Back again after a long undeserved break, like an unwanted skid mark. Welcome back to the Nonsense Show. Oh, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Nonsense Podcast. I'm your host, FM Bob. How's it going? What's the fuck's going on? I know I had a schedule. I thought I was going to keep it for a long time, for forever, and then I damn near almost broke it immediately. But it's with reason. It's with reason because there's just a lot of shit going on. A little less work related, but slightly work related. My job's kicking my ass, but in a good sense, I think I'm just going to move on. I think I've just finally hit the mental state where I'm just going to move along and just get the fuck out, find new employment, spend more time with you guys working on this podcast and doing all the shit I've always wanted to do. I've worked my ass off for years, and it has gotten me fucking nowhere because I was a dumbass child that just thought if you work hard, you get shit. That's not how it is, man. Yes, you have to work hard, but you have to work hard and also be smart. And I wasn't smart. I was just blowing money because I had it. And that's just a whole long story for other shit. I've just now reached an age of some wisdom. I know how to handle my money better. I think I know what I want in life. And what I want is to do this podcast and do shit that just puts me in the the entertainment sphere in general. I've promised you guys 1,001 things, and I've been just kind of slacking on all of it. So, without, just being, oh, woe is me, yes, I'm going to continue to do my fucking podcast at the schedule I gave you. Fucking Tuesdays and Thursdays, just know that I'm dropping that shit. I'm back, I'm doing what the fuck I need to do. I've gotten back in the right mental space. The fucking weather's warmed up, so I don't have that winter drag like I had before, where it's just like, it's cold and it's wet and just dealing with all the shit. I just didn't have the mental space to do this fucking podcast for a long time with work and shit weather and just random shit going on in my life, which I don't think any of you motherfuckers actually give a shit about. You just want to hear me roast motherfuckers and talk shit and be angry, because that's what the fuck I am, and that's what I'm going to be. But yes, I am going to continue to do the podcast Tuesdays and Thursdays, so remember that. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will always get podcast episodes from now on. The 1st and the 15th, I'm streaming. My dumb ass forgot, because I streamed already, and forgot to tell you when. I stream the 1st and 15th of every month at 7 p.m. It should be just a 2-hour stream, so if you miss it, you miss it. I'm still working on getting the YouTube stuff together, because I want to do more YouTube videos. I have shot my first video. I just kind of realized halfway through shooting it, I have no idea how to edit. So if you guys have any tips and tricks for me to edit videos and shit, I'm all ears. But yes, I have shot the first video, the PS5 unboxing video. So I guess I can start there with today's podcast. The PS5 is dope as fuck. I love it. I really love that fucking console. That console is awesome. Everything that you guys probably were apprehensive about with it there's nothing to be apprehensive about. Honestly, the only bad thing about the PS5 I can think of is the storage space at the moment. I think you only get maybe like 600 gigs of storage space, which does you absolutely nothing in today's sphere of fucking gaming, but it is what it is. That's all you get right now. The good thing is that pretty much the primarily things you're playing right now are PS4 games, and those can all be stored on a portable hard drive, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, the console itself is awesome. I love it. The controller's awesome. I've gotten to dabble with the adaptive triggers, which are I guess one of those things where you just can't explain it until you use it. Like, once you utilize it and see what people are talking about, like, those triggers, I won't say they have a mind of their own, but they just react to certain things that I don't understand how triggers haven't done this forever. Like, that should have been a thing forever ago. I just don't understand how they work. I have no idea how these triggers work. They just know what they're doing, and they do what they're supposed to do very well, and it's awesome. Yeah, the controllers are awesome. I was apprehensive about the size and shape of the controller. It's not that bad. It takes some getting used to. It's not as slim as the the DualShocks of old, but the DualSense is not bad. It's not too bulky. It's not weirdly shaped. It's just bigger than I would have wanted. Not that big of a deal. I do like the design of the PS5 itself, with the nice little hidden features here and there, and the engraving of the logos all over the place. All cool shit. I just wish it wasn't white. That's the only thing I have to knock it for. It's white. I know it's going to get dirty. It's going to get dirty very fast. All of the other stuff that I have that's PlayStation, that's white for some reason, has gotten very dirty very quickly, and it's hard as hell to clean it. And as anybody would know, if you've ever had like the SNES, the NES, Dreamcast, all of these are like light white gray consoles. They get this orange tint to them after some years, and then they look terrible. So it's like, why go with the white design? Dark grays, blacks, anything but this white color. This white color sucks. A lot of people are complaining about that the PS5 is way too damn big. It is way too big. It is gigantic. But I haven't had any issues with overheating so far, so take what you can get. That's pretty much all I can say. How did I get my PS5? Just by sheer luck, dude. And this is probably going to piss off a lot of people, but I managed to get, at this point right now, as of this podcast, I have managed to secure 5 different PS5s. I have just been on a roll somehow. I just keep trying, and I just keep getting them. So I've not, and again, you guys know, because you've heard my podcast 1,000 times over, I am not scalping. I'm not planning on reselling at a high rate, because that's some asshole shit. I've been just getting them to people who wanted them. I've sold them even price, pretty much. A minor finder's fee, I would say. And what I mean by minor is like, make sure you pay all the taxes and round it up to the next, nearest 10. It's pretty much what I've been doing. If it costs you, $5.50, give me $5.60, It's just break the even 20s, you know what I mean? That's all I've pretty much been doing. Minor finder's fee. If I have to throw it on my credit card, I might make you pay a little extra. But yeah, that's about it. It's been all gold. Like I've been hooking everybody up with PlayStations as much as I can. I'm going to attempt to get an extra PS5 once I have run through all of my people, and I would love to give one away during an FNF stream. A 1st and 15th stream, I will be most likely trying to give away a PS5. So for those who are listening and actually care, I will be giving one away, and it's going to be very simple. You don't have to do anything weird. All I'm going to do is during the stream, I'm just going to have you post up your PlayStation name. All I want is your PlayStation name, not your account, just your PSN name. What I'm going to do is go in through everyone's PSNs and just friend you and start comparing trophies. I play hardcore, so I'm going to have a shit ton of trophies. I want to see if you motherfuckers actually game. Don't come at me and you've only played 3 games and think you're finna get a free PS5 from me. My PS5 goes to hardcore gamers. So if you're a hardcore gamer and you're an F and Bob fan, I'm going to attempt to give away a PS5 to you. That's how it's going to work. It's plain and simple. It's not going to be some weird contest shit. It's not going to be, gotta like, follow, and subscribe. I would love for you to follow and subscribe to me if you want to on all of my different platforms. But all I care about is getting a PS5 in the hands of gamers. So that's that. But yeah, my PS5 experience so far has been great. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man plays incredibly well on it. I've dabbled with God of War. God of War is incredible. I'm probably going to be playing... The next serious game I'm going to play, though, is Ghost of Tsushima. Because I 100% want to play that ASAP. I'm probably going to play Resident Evil pretty soon, because Resident Evil 8 comes out not too far from now. So I definitely want to get into Resident Evil because I haven't played a Resident Evil seriously in a very long time. And it's just a really cool game, so I definitely want to try to get into that. So for sure, I'm going to play Ghost of Tsushima, which I still say 100% should have been Game of the Year last year. I don't know what the fuck people were tripping on playing The Last of Us and saying that The Last of Us was Game of the Year. That's bullshit. It should have been Ghost of Tsushima first, Final Fantasy VII second, and then maybe Last of Us. Nope, Hades. Hades came out last year. Hades was an incredible game. Very good sleeper game. Then maybe The Last of Us. No one really liked The Last of Us. The Last of Us was drawn out. It was too long. It just wasn't good. I don't care what anybody says. I never liked The Last of Us in general. And then the people who actually cared, who played it, really didn't care too much for it either. So, like, I don't see why it's, like, so, you know, pumped up to be what it is. It's not that great of a game. Everybody knows it, but because it had lesbians in it, they just had to, you know, give it some go. It is what it is. I'm not salty. But I feel like anybody who owns a PlayStation, who actually wants to play a great game, pick up Ghost of Tsushima, you won't be upset by any means. And I think with the PS5 update, it just plays even better. So yeah, that's been the PS5 thing. Other good news that I'm just gonna say a chunk of you guys might not give a shit about, but I care about. Final Fantasy VII is getting a PS5 upgrade, and it is free to PlayStation for people who own it on PlayStation 4, which is awesome. I can't wait to play it, but because I'm a true Final Fantasy head, and I love Sony, and I love Square Enix to death, I will be repurchasing it, because they deserve every bit of cash they can get out of this. I will repurchase my copy, and make sure that whatever money they get, because they deserve it. That game was fucking incredible. I have seen the trailer for it. The upgrades are just immaculate. They've redone the textures. The textures actually look clean now. Hope they didn't show any doors. I don't know if I bitched about that when I played Final Fantasy and did a podcast after, but I would really like for them to put textures on the doors. Maybe some doorknobs, you know, some little shit like that. I don't know what the fuck they were getting lazy on at that point, where doors were just like, an afterthought. I kind of want you to hook up those doors for me. If you don't mind, please and thank you. Square Enix, if you're listening, doors. Work on that. You got me my hands. That was the first thing I asked for, was for all the characters to have hands. You pulled it off. You did that and some. Let's work on the doors this time. Let's get some doorknobs. Textures on the door so they look like, you know, a thing. Anyway. Yes, I can't wait for that. That comes out June 10th. I might stream that. I won't even say I might. The June 15th stream will most likely be Final Fantasy. I don't know if I want to start from the beginning again, just for everyone else, but I'm going to stream it regardless, either where I'm leaving off at, or if I just want to do the DLC, because there's DLC for Final Fantasy. Either way it goes, I'm streaming something June 15th Final Fantasy related. So that's definitely going to be that stream, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I think that's going to be a whole lot of fucking fun, because guys are going to get to see a true fan of a game stream that game, not somebody who's just streaming it for clout or for subscribers or whatever. I'm a true fan of Final Fantasy, and I will be streaming it like a true Final Fantasy fan should. So look at that, little bit of a heads up, a little bit of in your face for later. But yeah, no, that's a great thing. I can't wait for that. That's going to be really awesome. I don't think there's much else coming out for PlayStation. Although, for sure, anybody who's a true PlayStation head, who's had PlayStation from day one all the way up till now, they did an incredible job with the Astrobot game. Dude, that hit me in every last version of the feels. Like as a collector, seeing them just like showcase all the devices again, and I had all the devices, was really cool. Just having the memories of all the games that used to exist and that don't exist anymore, or that they're still, you know, pushing IPs for, or who've traveled the long haul. Like, I always forget, Tomb Raider's been there since day one. Tomb Raider was from PlayStation all the way up to PlayStation 4. And I really hope they get a really good PlayStation 5 Tomb Raider game. They really should get one. I hope Jak and Daxter comes back. I hope Naughty Dog does something other than Uncharted. I don't like Uncharted, and I'm not a big fan of The Last of Us at all. I'm not saying Uncharted's a bad game. It's just very, very obvious. That's the only word I can think of. It's a very obvious game. It doesn't surprise you at all. You know when, you know, shit's gonna you kind of can just, they telegraph when anything's going to happen, so there's no shock and surprise value to it. So since it's not a fun game to me, I'd rather just have Jak and Daxter, which was just a nice, fun, funny game. I would love. They've done Uncharted. They did the hell out of Uncharted. Don't get me wrong, it was a great series. The Last of Us should be just killed off now. It's not great anymore. They even went back to Crash Bandicoot, which is incredible. I love Crash Bandicoot. So I would just like for Jak and Daxter to get, just a little bit of love later down the line. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it with the PlayStation. Jeez, I am so tired today. So, other than that, that's been my life as Dylan, just trying to play some video games. Game that I'm working on right now. I know this is like a big video game based fucking podcast. I apologize for those who aren't gamers, but just bear with me. This is fun time for me. I was playing Days Gone. I don't know if you guys have played Days Gone or care about Days Gone, but it's not a bad game. I'm not going to sit here and shit on it saying it's the worst game I've ever played, but it's just so fucking predictable. I'm not a big fan of zombie, horror games at all anymore because it's just been played out. But this one found a way to kind of change up what zombies are and make it interesting again. So the zombies themselves are interesting. The story around it is fucking horrible because it seems like they're taking every trope of any end of the world apocalypse zombie thing and just kind of cramming all the stories into one game. And it's too damn long, it's too many story elements, and none of them get seen all the way through. They kind of just rush through, big story elements over and over again. They had the traitor, they have the psychopath, they have the rat people, as I call them. The people who just, for some reason, 2 years into an apocalypse, they just revert into Neanderthals. And I don't know how it happens in every zombie apocalypse, but it's just always a subgroup of idiots that are just like, we're cave people now. Fuck it. We eat humans and we cut ourselves or some weird shit. You know what I mean? There's just always that subgroup in any zombie apocalypse where they just turn into rat people. And I never understood that shit. But they got the rat people. They got the traitor. They got the psychopath. They got the, overbearing leader. They have, the gay people, because you always have to have one gay couple, which is not a problem. It's always just like a token factor. Like in horror films, you have to have the token black person. In zombie apocalypse, you have to have the token lesbians. You know what I mean? It's just weird. It's just really predictable. But it's always the token lesbians that kind of don't want to be lesbians anymore type shit. You know what I mean? It's just, hey, dude, I've seen this. Get this the fuck out of here. This is all played out. I don't care anymore. And that's pretty much all Days Gone is. It's just a lot of outplayed tropes that they just are just running through way too fast, and I'm just not having a lot of fun with it. It's a solid game. It's dragging out way too goddamn long, and I just can't wait for it to end. There's not much more that I can say about it, but it's an alright game. I definitely say check it out. It might just be your cup of tea. I think it's a much better version of what The Last of Us is. The story, like I said, is rushed, where The Last of Us isn't as rushed, but The Last of Us is very predictable. And this one is just a lot of tropes kind of mashed together. Anything that you've seen in Resident Evil, The Walking Dead, Shaun of the Dead. They've pulled some goofy tropes out of Shaun of the Dead. It's just everything you can think of and a horror apocalypse crammed into one game. And it's a little too much. It could have done a little bit better. I think they could have just split it up into maybe 1 or 2 games and it would have been just fine. But it is what it is. It's not a bad game. It's just taking too damn long for me. So, on that note, how about we take a quick commercial break, because I got to pay these bills somehow, and I need your guys' help. So, I'm going to throw a couple commercials in, and then I'll catch you guys in a few seconds. So, I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, welcome back. Did you guys enjoy those fucking commercials? I love those commercials because that's how I get paid. Either way, so yeah, that's been my life with the PlayStation shit. So how about we dive into some life of that is Bob. part of the reason why I've been taking a fucking break is because my dumbass during that last minute winter storm. That's the last time I seen you guys. Is during that dumbass winter storm that we got out of fucking nowhere, where Texas freezes over and the entire Northeast is just blanketed with snow. As the snow was melting, there was ice in my workplace parking lot, and I slid into a coworker. So I've been dealing with a lot of that shit. I've just been dealing with a lot of this insurance, taking care of fucking fixing this other guy's car, you know? Which, I mean, it was no fault to him. It was no one's fault. The road was icy, and I slid. It is what it is. So I've been dealing with that shit. So that's been my luck. That's been my fucking luck, is, you know... That's just how shit works, you know? That's why I gotta get the fuck out of Chicago. That's what I've been saying. It's like, I'm done with... I'm just done with fucking winter. I think it's not even Chicago winter, or this area's winter. I'm just done with winter in general. Now, don't get me wrong, because a lot of people are like, see, you just move on to Florida. No, Florida fucking sucks. I'm not going to fucking hot-ass, shitty-ass Florida. I don't mind the winter. I'm just done with idiots in winter. I'm done with 3 feet of snow in winter. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's just inhumane. I'm done with below zero winter. I'll take some snow. I don't mind the snow. I don't mind the cold. 30, 20 degrees. Whatever, man. I'll eat that shit up all day. When you throw 3 feet of snow at me, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and by the way, it's like 20 below zero. It's like, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, what the fuck did I do? I didn't do shit to nobody. I take it as a personal offense now when...
Text message.
Oh, god damn it. Shut the fuck up. Goddamn phone always going off and shit. Anyway, I turn that shit off. Either way, I'm so done with just the fucking winter weather. I can't deal with that shit anymore, and it's too much for me to deal with nowadays. So, and I think I've mentioned to you guys 1,001 times at this point that I'm just looking to move either way. So, if anybody has some suggestions on places to move, I would say to my listeners, if you live in a nice area, a nice, warm, livable, not super expensive area, because I'm not rolling in fucking dough. If you have some cool places for me to visit, you know what to do. Just send me some stuff on Facebook. Send me pictures of your dope-ass neighborhood, or not your neighborhood, but just your city and shit. You know what I mean? Send me some shit to do. Because even though it's COVID, I'm still trying to travel a little bit safely, obviously. You know, not like you fucking ungrateful fucking humans who just like, I don't give a fuck about a pandemic. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. No, I'm going to travel fairly safely. I'm going to go crash in a hotel somewhere. You know, maybe just drive around the city. Maybe do a park. You know what I mean? I just want to just enjoy another area, man. I'm so sick of this, just all of this shit. I've had it with all of this shit. So, I don't know. I'm done. I just gotta get the fuck out of here, man. This weather's pissed me off, and I think that was just the final straw, is slide into this guy, you know, because of fucking ice in a parking lot. And then that's just like my whole day. My whole day is just fucking ruined immediately with some shit like that. Thankfully enough, I have really good insurance, so it's not a money thing. It's just more so of like, goddamn, like, just my fucking luck that I slide in somebody's fucking car, you know? But it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. So that happened. So I've been dealing with that. But as a bonus, because I'm just a master of fucking wordage and shit, I guess. And this guy is a really cool guy. We're gonna do a podcast together because fuck it, why not? You know? I made him lose out on having a car for a couple days, and because I'm stressing out, I haven't done a podcast. So, fuck it. We're going to just do one together. I told you I was going to get guests. I was going to do weird interviews. I'm going to do just a bunch of weird shit for this podcast from now on. So now, I'm just going to run into people. I'm literally just going to run into people. I'm just going to take my car, ram it into people, and make them do a podcast with me. I guess that's my fucking shtick now. That's how F and Bob rolls, man. He hits you, and then he interviews you. That's I don't even know what the fuck that would be called, but that's my new thing, I guess. So yeah, that's coming up real soon. Hopefully I get to record that and get it edited up, because it's gonna be a fun thing. I've spoken with this guy a few times. He's just a really genuinely nice guy. really fun, entertaining guy, and he has a lot of awesome stories to tell. So I figured we'd just get him on and, just interview him and get some stories out of him, see what's going on. So you got that coming up. I have other podcast interviews coming up with just a lot of random shit that I'd like to talk about. That's coming in the near future. I promise you guys more special guests, and I'm working on this fucking guy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. So you've seen I've gotten Kelly on there a couple times. I've brought back D-Ski Boy, or not D-Ski Boy, Rucka. D-Ski Boy's coming. But I got Ruck on there a couple times. I've just been trying to work on this podcast and get a bunch more guests in there. You guys are sick of hearing my goddamn voice, So that's been what's going on. So yes, I've been away, but yes, I have been working. The only thing I haven't been doing other than working is playing my incredible PlayStation 5. So that's pretty much it. So hopefully I can guarantee you guys more fun times. I've also been working on my stream stuff because the last 2 streams that I've done have just not gone well, and that's all technical shit. So I've been working on that. I'm trying to get it to run smoothly. You guys deserve it, and I can handle it. I can fucking get a smooth running stream. Just takes time. I haven't done this in a long time, especially stream. I haven't done streaming in forever, but I'm working on it, and I have a new, nice, cool stream coming up. I'm going to be playing Monopoly very soon, because why not? We're going to stream Monopoly. I got this arcade set of games that we're going to play, so we're going to do some arcade games. Once I get to a nice, consistent stream level, I'm thinking about doing some Jackbox stuff with you guys, because I love interaction. Interaction's cool. So that'll be fun. We'll play fucking Jackbox together, and that'll be really fun. So that'll be another thing we can do. But yeah, no, I have a ton of cool stuff planned. And faithfully and awesomely enough, I've been working on my stand-up bits. So that's actually coming up soon. For those of you who are in the Chicagoland area, I've been talking to people and working with a lot of people. It's not going to be a full stand-up special, but I'm finally going to get on stage and be able to tell my goofy-ass jokes on stage. So that's going to be a fucking thing now. All the ridiculousness that you've heard scattered throughout this podcast, I am now working on at least a 15-minute fucking stand-up special. So I don't think you can call 15 minutes a stand-up special. Either way, I'm getting a routine together, and I'm gonna do a couple stage shows. Get my jokes together, get everything written, and then eventually I'm gonna do my first half hour, I could say, special, just for you guys, the fans only, first on my YouTube channel. So you guys will be able to hear the first 30 minutes before anybody hears my 30 minutes on stage. I guess. Or, I don't know. Either way it goes, I'm going to do my special on YouTube. My YouTube will have my first comedy special, which is going to be cool. Hopefully that's done near the summer, though, because I want to make sure I get it all together. So that's going to be that thing. So I got a lot of stuff planned up, man. I know I promised you guys a shit ton. I always do this where I'm just like, look at what all the stuff I'm going to work on. It's because I'm actually working on it. It just takes for fucking ever. By the way, other thing that I've been working on, did you guys see the cartoon of me? That is awesome. That was the coolest thing I've had gotten to work on for a while. So now you can finally put a face to the name. That face, that mask, is the face of F&B Bob. That is all you'll ever see, because of a long story, which I am not going to get into again. I think I discussed it on the Origins of F&B Bob podcast, and that'll be the only time I'll discuss it. So if you ever want to hear the Origins of F&B Bob, go back to that. I think it was called Bob Spills the Beans, or Spills the Baked Beans specifically. So that's pretty much the only time I'm ever going to talk about the Origins of F&B Bob. But yeah, no, that I love that cartoon. And that was because, I will say this, it was because of me wanting to do comics. So, long story short, that was going to be the comic book character. I'm still working on it. That might become a thing again, but I doubt it very seriously. But yeah, I love that cartoon. I love that animated version of me. That's so super sick. So, enjoy that, man. Know that that's the face of F&B Bob. When you think my stupidity and my ridiculousness and why is this guy such an a-hole, think that face. That's the face of the a-hole. Either way. So, how about some actual funny shit before I take off on this podcast? Because this one's just kind of like an update of why have I been disappearing. Because I have a lot of actual good stuff to give you guys soon. Tons of actual podcast stuff. Funny thing, because obviously since I've been gone, the world has just been going up in flames. I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. Like, everybody's losing their minds. I was just watching this video not too long ago where this lady is in a Asian boba tea shop screaming that they're not black owned because that's important now. Like, she's visibly upset. Like, well, not visibly because you can't see her, but like, obviously, like, you can hear it in her voice. She's super upset and super sure that black people somehow came up with boba tea. Nobody informed me, and I sure in the hell didn't come up with boba tea. Which nigga you know came up with boba tea? Because that was always Asians. That was forever Asians, dude. Like, boba tea was never going to be black owned because we don't know how to make it. I don't know not a nan, and I'm finna use it. I ain't know not a nan another nigga that knows how to, I don't even know a nigga that can eat tapioca. Or knows how to spell tapioca. Let alone put that shit in they fucking drink. So, to that lady, you have officially become the fucking jackass of the month. Like, there's no fucking way you truly believe. I don't think she truly believes that black people came up with boba tea. Or she could, and she could just be a fucking moron. But, Jesus Christ, to go in the store and yell at a bunch of Asians, and mind you, because I'm going to put the video up on Facebook, she was yelling at fucking a black guy in the restaurant, and then called him a coon, because he didn't accept that black people came up with boba tea. Again, I ain't never heard of that shit. I've never heard of black people coming up with boba tea. I don't know a motherfucker that knows how to make it. I don't know a motherfucker that's eaten tapioca before. We'll eat oatmeal. We'll eat grits, chitlins, none of which go in a drink. I don't think we came up with boba tea. And again, that's what I've been saying for the longest time is all this Black Lives Matter shit and this black owned bullshit. This is like the weirdest soft, like, segregation thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, this shit is weirdly racist, and I'm just done with it. Like, there's no way you guys can be this fucking stupid and think that black owned makes it a better business. Like, it doesn't. It doesn't automatically make it a better business. I don't 100% believe that black people have to own a business. Like, if you don't want to own a business, don't own a business. I encourage people to own and start their own business. It's a good thing. More small businesses means more competition. But you also just can't have a business because you want a business. Like, you actually have to have a product or know what the fuck you're doing. Like, don't just start some shit and don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's not being a business owner. And I've also learned over the years, working my podcast and helping others, start their own small businesses. Being a business owner isn't, for one, all it's cracked up to be. And there's other levels of being a business owner. A lot of people just feel like because you start something of your own, you're automatically a business owner or you're automatically an entrepreneur. And I don't believe that at all. I think you should be self-employed first. So being self-employed is the starting grounds. Is learning to work for yourself. Learning that certain things are more important than others when it comes to running a business. But it takes the groundwork of knowing how to work for yourself. Because if you don't know how to work for yourself, then you can't own a business. There's no such thing as a business of one. You're self-employed. I hate to say it. You're responsible for you, yourself, and no one else. A business, I feel like you're responsible for multiple people, shareholders, employees, and all of that other shit. You can't be a business owner and just be taking care of yourself. That's not how that shit works. So I'm just going to throw that out there. A black-owned business, by the way, and I'm not going to sit here and say I've gone to a ton of black-owned business, but I've been to my fair share of black-owned business. And let me rephrase it for the umpteenth time. Before anybody gives me some shit, I am black. So I'm going to say what the fuck I got on my mind. Because apparently I can't be racist. But not every motherfucking nigga I know has the ability and the skill and the quality of a business owner. Like, Just because you open up a storefront doesn't make you the shit. Just because you open up a corner store don't mean you're doing shit with yourself. Like, yeah, you're self-employed. You're running your own shit, but what are you doing? Like, what's the next steps? How are you reinvesting into your own business? How are you planning on growing? What's your next move? Like, just open up a storefront ain't shit. Doing hair in your basement ain't shit to me. Like, that ain't nothing. You got to be a little bit better than that. Like, just because, and I've said it 1,000 times, a lot of people are like, man, you started a podcast, so you're like a business owner now. I'm like, no. I talk shit into my phone on a weekly basis. And then I go home and then talk shit into a different microphone on a weekly basis. Like, that doesn't make me a fucking business owner. I'm just a jackass that just enjoys talking shit. And for some reason, people enjoy listening to me talk shit. Doesn't make me a fucking business owner, man. That's not how that shit works. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think all of this black owned and these, like, I only support these people type things. At the end of the day, this is all like weird soft racism, and I'm just not a fan of it. Like, people got to get their shit together. Support businesses that you like. Don't fall into prey of all of this, like, big business is bad. If big business was bad, then the fuck else you gonna do? Like, at the end of the day, I like Walmart. Look, Walmart has a lot of the shit that I like, and it's all at one store. It's just how it is, dude. It's convenient. Do I like mom and pop stores? You damn right. I go to tons of game stores, and all of them are small. I prefer them over GameStop. GameStop sucks, so I just don't support it. Is it because I support small businesses of game stores? No. I just don't like GameStop. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with big business versus small business. I just don't like GameStop. It is what it is. Yeah, that's it, man. I just think people just need to chill the fuck out and think logically to a certain degree about some of this shit. Like, everybody's just kind of overthinking a lot of the basic shit. And to go into a boba tea shop and, yell that Asians are still in black culture, maybe you should actually understand where shit comes from. Or maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Maybe I'm sitting here spewing that black people didn't come up with boba tea. And maybe they did come up with boba tea and just nobody told the fuck me. Because I didn't come up with that shit and I don't know anybody that even drinks the shit. I've never had it and I doubt I'm going to like it. Because it sounds fucking gross. Who the fuck eats tapioca? Who the fuck drinks tapioca with watermelon and fruits and shit all over? It sounds gross. It just sounds disgusting. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, it's just ridiculousness. And there's so much other weird shit going on nowadays that I'm just like, how the fuck are we even alive at this point that we can't handle very basic shit in this world? Like going to the store, buying a thing, and not worrying about who the fuck made it or who the fuck's selling it. Just buy the shit you want and get the fuck out of the store. You shouldn't even be outside anyway. There's still fucking COVID's outside. Like, get the fuck back in the house. Like, no one cares if you go outside and buy a bunch of bullshit anyway. I don't care if it's black owned. It's all made in China. How about that? And they're over there locking up Muslims, kind of like Hitler did. They're just gonna always find a way to go back to going all the way back to the Chinese internment camps. I don't know why they're just locking up Muslims and ain't nobody saying shit about it. Kind of weird to me. Super weird to me that no one's talking about those camps that they're just putting people in China. Weird. So either way, I think that's enough for today's podcast. And as always, I implore you guys to send me emails to fmbob@gmail.com. fmbobshow@gmail.com. Send me stuff. I don't care what it is. Funny stuff for me to talk about, memes, whatever. Just compliments. Send them to fmbob@gmail.com. Or, easily enough, go to the Facebook page. Follow me on Facebook. You can send me direct messages and all that shit there. I really appreciate it if you guys follow me on Facebook and interact that way, because that way I know what the fuck you're thinking and what you're liking and what you're not liking. And it's the best way to keep up with when I post new episodes. I am going to currently stick to the same schedule. Tuesdays and Thursdays, new episodes will drop. I'm going to try and drop them earlier in the day, but typically I drop them in the afternoon. But yeah, look for them Tuesdays and Thursdays. Remember, 1st and 15th is the FNF streams, the 1st and 15th streams. So it is already too late in the month to do a 1st of the month stream. So yeah, the 15th will be the next stream. So probably then we'll be doing something cool. So just look for us on on Twitch. I have posted all the links on the Facebook page. Most of the links are in the description on whatever streaming service you're listening to. Make sure you share it with a bunch of people if you think they're going to like it. I'm on everything from Apple, Spotify, Google, Podcasts, all of that stuff. I'm also now on YouTube at the let me double check. It should be just the F and Bob Show, but I'm going to double check because I don't want to get it wrong. What is it? Oh my God, it's loading so slow. Yeah, F and Bob Show. F and Bob Show on YouTube. I am now on YouTube. The podcasts are now there as well. And at some point I'll be putting up videos. So follow me on all the stuff. All the stuffs. Because if you want new content, that's the only way you're going to get it. It's by keeping up with where I put it. So, until next time, I will catch you motherfuckers later. Get the fuck out of my car. And that is the end of this goddamn episode. See ya.